Hey, what's up everyone? This is the watch list video for Tuesday, February 15th. The SPY, another down day, but ended up kind of putting in a little bit of a bottoming tail. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't have the 200-day on this chart, but we're still below the 200-day. And I don't really have anything I'm in love with to talk about as a highlight from today. I made a decent trade in DWAC, but overall, it was really just another day where I don't know. It felt like everything moved with the market. There were very few standout A+ setups. I would argue that there were a couple that I didn't get, right, that I didn't see on time. So this market certainly demands patience, and you don't want to overtrade. You want to wait for your pitch, as they say in baseball, and then you got to be there and ready to go. Which is actually more tiring maybe than a manic market, because you feel like you always got to be there and looking, and you don't want to, you don't even want to go grab a sandwich because you might miss a news pop on something or whatever. But anyway, it's just, it's the nature of the market. It always ebbs and flows, and right now we're in a very kind of slow market where you've got to be in front of your screens if you want to catch a trade. Anyway, I already had that up there. Let's back at SPY real quick. Yeah, so again, a little bit of a bottoming tail. We've got headline risk, although as I said in chat today, there's almost never a headline that comes out anymore from anybody that I don't immediately get skeptical about. Okay, we live in weird times where you never know whether to believe a headline or not, and it's justified to probably not believe them, right? So it's just weird times. There was some kind of sarcastic tweet from the president of the Ukraine or something today that literally moved the market, and it turned out he was kidding around, and then the market. So it's stupid out there, for lack of a better way of putting it. All right, anyway, KAVL, I want to watch that one. It gave kind of a quiet inside in. It's been very strong lately, so that one goes on the radar. SPLK, nice volume spike, and trying to break out of this 125 area that it looked like it topped out at right back here, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Tried to break through that today and ended up closing right about there. Certainly going to keep that on long watch. KSCP, big volume day today, and closing well off its highs, but certainly worth keeping an eye on because it's going to catch some attention as people do their scans tonight and see that big volume pop. And let's go back to that real quick. And it certainly had a massive move after it went public. So maybe it's kind of double bottomed and it's up from here. I don't know, but we'll see. It'll catch some attention tonight for sure. BKKT is just a Bitcoin related play. If Bitcoin gets going, I want to keep it. Is kind of flagging after this little pop, kind of in a flag pattern. So I want to keep that one on watch. AFRM goes right back on bounce watch. Another red day, much more narrow than the previous 2 days. I'll go to 5-minute candles and show you that here. This is the opening candle right here, 5-minute wise. So it put in its high 25 minutes in, maybe 20 to 25 minutes in, topped out at 47.68, and then bled lower most of the day, but not too bad. What you guys know, what I like to see on something that I'm watching for a bounce is put in its early high sideways, and then in the afternoon break that early high, and then you can get a little mini squeeze. So we didn't get that. We got it put in its high early and never broke it. All right. BRCC, after the big rip 3 sessions ago, then the gap up, red day, and then small gap up, but then another red day. Bit of a bottoming tail though. I'm putting this back on bounce watch. Did not give any kind of setup today. ENPH, again, looking for an afternoon break out of a range. Putting that back on bounce watch. DCFC, back on bounce watch. It was on bounce watch today. Again, more narrow candle. Pierced the 20-day, but then closed above it. Certainly deserves to be back on the bounce playlist. YMAB, kind of looking for a third-day play here. Had the pop. Quiet inside day, looking for a third-day play. PFMT. Really nice move back here. Now we're 3 days lower on declining volume, right back into the 8-day. That goes on bounce watch. D-Dog had the gap up, I believe, on earnings, then a lower high, another lower high today. That one goes on bounce watch. Again, my favorite scenario would be an afternoon break out of a range. And then lastly, IPW, which is an ugly chart, but in after hours, this went out at 223. So it must have had earnings or some other news, and we'll certainly keep an eye on it as a potential gapper tomorrow. And that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the chat room in the morning.